Hello YouTube and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 House of Mordecius, the show where the titular House of Mordecius tries their best to go from the tiny little southern tip of Ireland here and tries to expand outward to control the entire world. We've tried our best thus far and I think we've made a decent amount of progress. We're like somewhere in the ballpark of 30 years into the campaign, and we've taken a significant amount of Ireland. We've taken some of the Western United Kingdom here as well, and we're currently at war, if you can see down here, for the Duchy of Deheubarth, which is a fun word to say. So we're continuing on with that battle. Last episode was like a commenter in the comments of the last video described the last episode as a bit of a roller coaster because we had, you know, our main character here, Drognath I, on the verge of death, and then suddenly kind of miraculously being healed. But not only that, him also then going off to war in order to kind of lead the charge on one of these sieges. And then during this siege, become, what is it? He's like famished or malnourished? Yeah, he's malnourished. I don't really know how to fix that, but we're gonna see how it turns out. But yeah, just lots of ups and downs and some really unpredictable stuff happening in this show. But I'm having a real blast doing this show week after week for you guys. So if you also enjoy it, please make sure to like the video and please make sure to comment. Let me know what you think of Crusader Kings 3 and House of Mordecius. Make sure to subscribe so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Check out the Twitch, check out the TikTok, check out the Blue Sky. And let us unpause here and let 895 commence. As we head into January of 895, we have our ally here, Chieftain Brandub, coming down to the south. It looks like he is coming down to launch an attack here on the southern end of Deheubarth. Our sort of northern end of Wales is being attacked right now by the ruler of Deheubarth. Sprouting interest. A jovial merchant pressed a sack of seeds into my hand. Plants, she claims, fortify both health and mind. I must admit I have little experience in nurturing plants, but how hard could it be? So we can either sell these seeds for 15 gold, or we can start our own private garden, and maybe Drognath, with all of his health issues that he's had, becomes a bit of an herbalist. So let's see what happens here. The 15 gold to me just isn't really worth it. So yeah, we're going to start this private garden. The project fails, but you learn a lot. You gain Seeker of Knowledge for 10 years. Learning +1. Well, better than nothing, I suppose. Certainly better than 15 gold. Maybe. We actually probably could have used that 15 gold, but it's fine. So High Chieftain Brandub is, in fact, making his way into the Celtic Sea to come up to the northeast and help us out here. I really wish he would have headed off to our north, at least, and defended our barony up there, but it's fine. We can, hopefully these sieges get done here pretty soon, and we will be able to march our troops north to go ahead and defend our land. Actually, after 2 sieges, honestly, I mean, we might have already won the war by that point, but we'll have to see. I don't want to call it too early. Oh, and here comes the first army of Auxerre here. Our little army that's coming up here from the south in France from Count Hugo. He's come to help us out. We probably won't need it at this point, but it is, you know, it's comforting to have him here. A change in circumstances. With my hostage Rune's inheritance of Carrick, I now find myself caring for an earl. Rune will soon depart to take his throne in Carrick. There is nothing to be done. Goodbye, Rune. We hardly knew ye. Our increased controlling county task finished, with Lord Flan Cinna finishing this task for us. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other areas in which we could increase our control. It's looking like Ormond is probably our best bet in terms of places that need to be controlled. And while I would love for Flan Cinna to train up some commanders at this point, I think it's probably, given it's so close to our home base of Desmond, I think it's probably best to have him over here exerting control. So we're going to have him do that for a little while. Here come 599 troops in the First Army of Devon, Petty King Dumnarth's army, coming up from the south here. A scheme at court. My spymaster has come to me with grave news. While we do not yet know who, someone is plotting to kill me. Oh, that's not great. It could be, there are so many people that it could be that I mean, honestly, like, it's not even really that surprising that someone is attempting this. But, yeah, let's Let's make sure that we stop the villain behind this. And Petty King Dumnarth is in fact sending his troops in here to bolster the siege of Aberfraw. So we will face a little bit more resistance once we send our troops north, which should be here in a few weeks. We'll see what happens. We also have the first army of Talgarth here under the command of Lord Treherne. Looks like it's a vassal of Prince Peter of Owain, the guy we're currently at war with. So, you know, he's trying his best to defend his liege's lands, but with 102 troops, I mean, he's not gonna be able to do much. Ooh, but here's 810 troops in the first army of Gwent under the command of Lord Resman. He is the count of this lady, Lady Annawed, and she is the chancellor of Prince Peter of Owain. You know, Prince Peter is a more popular guy than I guess I assumed that he was. But it is no matter. I think with our army size at this point, we probably will win either way. But we'll see. We have officially won the siege of... Wait. Oh, this lordship is called Sir Gerfrieden. Gerfrieden. I thought that was a person. We won the siege. We now control it for the moment. We're going to send this army, my army, the one I'm currently in charge of, up to Aberfraw to confront this army of the ruler of Deheubarth. Hopefully our allies join us. We could send this army up to bolster our troops, but they're almost done with their siege, and I kind of don't want to give that up right this second, so we'll just see what happens. We did take some prisoners. We captured Prince Peter's spy master Aust and his brother Ruadri during the siege of Caerfirden. Let's take a look at these boys here. Well, since Prince Peter is still in prison, he doesn't have any gold, and as such, neither of these fellas can be ransomed. We're actually just going to hold on to them for the moment. We're not going to do anything with them. They can both chill. Aust, I'll go ahead and move you to house arrest. There's no need for you to be in the dungeon. So both of you guys can just chill for a little while. So let's see what happens. So yeah, it looks as though our allies are beginning to move north to help us out. Hopefully we can reach the barony of Aberfraw before this siege is over so that they can fight off those troops there. We shall see if they're quick enough. I forgot, we actually want to take Dunsik here, our master of the horse, and we want to have her start grooming our warhorse. It gives me advantage of +1 when commanding my own armies, which I am currently doing. Just seems like the smart thing to do since I very rarely am in this position of being at the helm of my men. But it might have slowed us down just a little bit, so maybe that wasn't the smart thing to do. But I'm keeping it the way it is. It's fine. We need our warhorse groomed if we're going to be charging into combat. We have successfully swayed Lord Flan Cinna. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Lord Shamaria now, who does have a +7 opinion of us, but I'd like that to be a little bit higher. So let's try to sway him. And we are cutting it very, very close here, seeing if we can get to Inismon before the siege is over. It's starting to look like we probably won't, but that's fine. That's just the way war goes. Yep, the siege of Aberfraw has been lost. The holding is now occupied by my foe Prince Peter in the Monsterian conquest of the Principality of Deheubarth. Hopefully we'll be able to move in and do combat with these fellows here. Battle begins. We are waiting for our allies to step in here and hopefully give us a nice little advantage in this battle. Oh, and at this point we can ransom Ruadri Dalfiatuk for 23 gold. We're going to go ahead and do that. I certainly don't have any use for him. And we're cutting it down to the wire here. Yes, our allies have joined us here on the battlefield and given us a huge advantage here to where we will undoubtedly win the day in Inismon. Our son is leaving our court. Our son Constance has no reason to remain in our court and will soon depart. Where are you going, Constance? Where the heck are you going? Well, Constance, we could grant you a court position. You would be a great court poet. And, you know, it would be a good reason to keep you around. So, why not? You're the court poet now. So our court poet is Constance, our son. We can have him write poetry. Every year, the court poet will write a poem, giving you a modifier improving either your legitimacy, piety, advantage, or attraction for 3 years. Effect increases with aptitude. Costs us 0.10 gold per month. I'm gonna do it. Write some good poetry there, my boy. The ransom was accepted. Prince Peter paid 21 gold to us, and Ruatri left the prison. We have this other prisoner here. I'm gonna wait till the war is over to see what to do with him. Oh wow, Lord Shamaria died in his sleep. Holy cow. How did this happen? Wow, died in his sleep on 11 August 895 at age 58. That is random, but it happens. Rest in peace, Shamaria. Looks like we're gonna have to find a new chancellor. Well, the person with our highest diplomacy is this guy, Ealdred Chester. He's our champion, and I don't really see why not to appoint him. Our son, Chieftain Drognath II, does have a 16, but we're kind of just shooting ourselves in the foot just for the sake of nepotism at that point, I guess. So now we're going to go ahead and give our boy Ealdred Chester an opportunity to shine here. Have him keep going where Shamaria left off. Let's take a look at our factions here. So Shamaria was, in fact, leading a faction that I suppose is now... if I'm not mistaken, this is still... Wait, I'm a little confused here. Who is this guy? Lord Gershom of Enis Mon? I'm assuming that he is sort of taking over this faction now, but does he have any relation to Lord Shamaria? Because they were both Rabbinic and Ashkenazi. I don't really know. Well, it is what it is. The Liberty faction is certainly very weak now, given the death of Shamaria. And the Battle of Enis Mon has been won, 13th of August 895. And with that, we're gonna have our troops. Well, do we want them to just keep up the siege of Aberfraw and retake it? I guess why not? They're already there, and it'd just be kind of wasting time to march all the way down south to keep claiming land in Deheubarth. We'll just see how our second army does there, sieging the land. Our personal physician's knowledge increased. Kassane gained 12 trade experience in the physician trait. You just get more and more impressive every day there, Kassane. My best bud. So an enemy ally has joined the war, Petty King Rikot. Oh, I see. Petty King Dumnarth died? He died of old age at 64 and has been replaced by, I think, his son. Yes, he is the son of Petty King Dumnarth, the ruler of Cornwall now. And so he continues to hold up this mantle. But no matter. In fact, Petty King Dumnarth dying really only weakens their resolve, which will make Deheubarth even easier to take. When Memoriam takes shape, 'tis rare enough for men to admit that given chance they'd change quite a bit. You gain court poetry about legacy for 3 years. We get plus 3% legitimacy gain and minus 3% legitimacy loss. That is frickin' awesome. Constance, you're a goddamn poet. What a genius. The siege of Breikenog is won. We got 10 gold. We're going to send this army to the west to hopefully do battle here with the first army of Morganwig, because we are very close to 100% on that war score, but only 98% right now, so we have to pump those numbers up just a bit. And they're moving a little faster than we expected, so we're going to have them move northwest. Child benefits from spouse's tutelage. My daughter, Sied, is more likely to receive a good education due to High Chiefess Serleith's tutelage. Nice, nice. And the first army of Morganwig has begun their siege of the barony of Caerfearden, but we will be going there to slaughter them. And now they're switching it up again. Let's see if we can catch them on their way out. Yep, got his ass. Yep, we very easily won that battle. We captured an enemy combatant. Oh wow, we actually captured Lord Rhys of Morganwig. Very nice. Our war score is 100%. And so, we will enforce our demands. Go ahead and demand a hostage if he has one to offer. And it looks like that he doesn't, so we'll just enforce the demands. The Principality of Deheubarth is now ours. We gained 51 legitimacy. Let's disband our armies. Awesome. Now would you take a look at that? This whole little area of the Welsh expansion state of the House of Mordecius is just growing by the day. Or by the year, I guess. Big, nice, meaty chunk just bitten out of the UK. I mean, we are just rapidly expanding here. And I don't think Drognath has ever felt better in his whole life. We are officially one domain above our limit. So let's see what one of our holdings we would want to give away. Looks like the Earldom of Sir Gerfyrden might be our best bet in terms of titles to hand off. This is kind of a tough one here. We could give it to Lord Finn, since it is directly next to Defed. In fact, I think that's what I will do. Lord Finn, congratulations. You are now the proud owner of the Earldom of Sir Gerfyrden. Gerfyrden, grant the title. Lord Finn now holds the Earldom of Sir Gerfyrden. Very, very good. Well, let me just say this. I want to hold a hunt. Let's see if I can afford one. Oh no, we don't have the option to hunt for the legendary boar anymore. Shoot. I guess after the bout with consumption, Drognath just decided that it was all just a fantasy. There was no white boar. But since we don't have a master of the hunt anymore, why don't we appoint one? And we will appoint Mugdon MacMerdoc Brionne, our hostage from High Chieftain Merdoc. We're going to appoint him, and we're going to have him track legendary game on the DL. We won't admit it to anybody that we are still holding on to this hope that we still have this legendary boar out there. But in secret, me and Mugdon will know what's really going on. We still have this prisoner, Aust Morgenwig. Let's go ahead and negotiate a release for him. So we definitely need him to be recruited. We're going to demand his conversion. And we could gain a weak hook on him. As a matter of fact, okay, yeah, he's not interested in having a weak hook on himself. So we're just going to recruit him and say you must convert to insularism. Negotiate the release. And I think if we can swing it, I would love to save up as much gold as possible so we can create the Kingdom of Ireland, create the title, and just sort of have everything united under one banner. That would be diggity dope. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that because it's going to take a long time to save up that much gold. We need 175 gold, so we need like an additional 120 gold from where we're at. That takes quite a while to save up. But we'll attempt it. We'll try not to spend too much gold until that point. Greetings, High Chieftain Drognath of Munster. I have no choice but to accept your conditions for my release. Signed, Aust. Farewell, Aust. Thanks for staying at the Hotel Mordecius. Well, I'm not sure why. I mean, maybe it's because he was my prisoner? Oh wait, no, he's my courtier now. Okay, so because Aust is now my courtier, I have to accept the betrothal between him and this lady Elinion Fairchhighwell Morganwig, and they're most definitely related. I have a hard time signing off on this. I mean, they're both, I don't know, they're both of legal age, I guess. I don't know. I just don't, whenever I see this percentage risk of inbred children, I'm just like, okay, maybe it's not a good idea. But it's also kind of like, well, I mean, people bang anyway without being married, right? Like, is the betrothal really going to stop them? Also, why, I'm so confused why I need to be the one signing off on this. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone for a while. If they come, you know, begging to do it, then sure. But I'm gonna leave the bill on my desk, not signed and also not vetoed. Just kind of leave it there and see what happens. A faction is targeting me. My vassal, Lady Annawed, created the Independence faction against me. She is, of course, the vassal that we now have from Gwent. Gwent being a part of Deheubarth, the area we just took. So she wants independence from us. She's definitely too weak to do anything about it at this very moment, but she's pretty strong. She could definitely try something if she wanted to, or at least she isn't far off from trying something. While, of course, Lord Gershom of Inismon, our new vassal after Shamaria passed, only has 2% of the military power necessary to send us an ultimatum. We're good for now. Everybody just needs to calm down. Just give me some time to prove that I'm a good leader and that the House of Mordecius is truly the house that is destined to take over the world. Okay, so I just discovered that I can attempt to gain weight. And considering that not only is Drognath a little malnourished, he also just kind of looks fairly thin. The only downside to this that I can see is that we would gain the trait gaining weight, which would give us plus 25% stress gain. We're not super stressed out at the moment, and hopefully we'll be able to manage that. I think it might be good for Drognath to try to pack on a few pounds. Let's see what happens. Bring the butter. It's crazy how fast we went from Drognath being basically on the verge of death and just being like, oh, this guy is on his way out, to now it's like, well, he could be around for a little while longer. Let's try to take care of him, I guess. Although I guess sending him into war doesn't really stress that very much, but hey, we're human. So we have an offer here from this guy, Jarl Ofegr Beredson of Leinster. To the perceptive High Chieftain Drognath of Munster, with your permission, I would like to betroth your daughter, the impressive Sier. Well, this is interesting. So Sier is 14, he is 15. Oh, well, this sucks. I was trying to see what was going on with Leinster and this guy, but it just exited out of the menu somehow, and now I can't get it back. I don't know what happened. Sorry, buddy. I probably would have said yes. I just didn't. I didn't know how to operate the menu, and now the proposition is gone. Maybe he changed his mind. The 31st of December, 895 AD. We're no longer malnourished. That's very good. Hopefully that's due to us trying to gain weight. He looks a little bit better, that's for sure. And you know, over the holidays, you eat a bunch of food, you are around good company, and think can definitely start feeling a bit better. Well, folks, that is the end of 895 AD. I think we're going to go ahead and call it for the day. If you like this video, please make sure to like it. Please make sure to comment. Let me know what you think of Crusader Kings 3 and House of Mordecius. Make sure to subscribe so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Check down in the description. I've got the link to my Twitch, my TikTok, and my Blue Sky. And you can also check out an RPG I designed a while back called Transporting the Youth. You can get it for free on itch.io and Drive-Thru RPG. But other than that, folks, I will see you next time.